Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am John Kurtz. If you're a college football fan, if you're a Big 12 fan in particular, please click subscribe, like the video, comment. All of that really helps me out. And even if you're somebody coming to taunt, if you're from the SEC, whoever it is that you might be, you can certainly do that as well because it all just racks up more money for me. All right. So, all those comments that I read, which by the way are hilarious. I thought Twitter was bad for some of these. YouTube cracks me up on the daily. Please do comment, like, subscribe, all of that. Click the bell, get notifications. I'll continue to churn out content here for you. I want to talk about something that I saw my man Tom Fornelli tweeting about. Okay, and there are not many that seem to be standing up in this type of a setting right now with the way college football is going. Most people just seem to be either celebrating Oklahoma and Texas to the SEC or just kind of like shrugging their shoulders, like, yeah, college football is controlled by money. Always has been, always will be. Why is this significant? Tom Fornelli and Kirk Herbstreit are about the two national guys that I've seen really give this a lot of consideration. So shout out to them. But Tom Fornelli says, I'm trying not to go sky is falling, but I can't help but believe TV executives see the numbers college football playoff games get and think, what if we did this all the time without considering the long term? That is a great point. More from Fornelli. The reason people tune into these games is because they're college football playoff games. There are 3 per season. If it's happening all year, there's an excellent chance that interest will wane quickly. Once that happens, the ratings likely end up where you are now, or maybe even worse. But now you've gone and changed the entire landscape, and it's possible there's no way to get back to what it was. Then in the end, you're left with an NFL minor league. I'm sure that'll help fill broadcast hours, but I'm not sure it'll fulfill the soul of sports fans who have already become pretty GD devoted to the product you already have. Too long did not read, acknowledging the flaws of the NCAA. When you take the reins from the NCAA and hand them to the networks, their loyalty is to the bottom line, not you, not the good of the sport, not the fans. Keep the stock prices strong. Then when it isn't, cut bait. Preach, my man. Preach. I understand. Easy for me to say when it's my team as a part of this that's getting screwed, right? And I'm losing all the history and tradition and everything that I loved. I love college football and Big 12 football more than anything almost in life. Okay. So it's a hard, trying time. But this is somebody from the outside. And this is why I bring it up. This is not just me projecting this here, but like, let's examine this for a second. TV executives, TV networks, they do not have any loyalty actually to the sport. They are bloodthirsty for money. John Skipper of ESPN was asked on the Dan Le Batard show earlier this week, were you responsible for conference realignment? And he said, I plead the fifth. Like, these guys know exactly what they're doing and they don't care about any of this. Like, all of the cheerleading SEC schools, South Carolina, Vandy, whatever, you may get tossed out here at some point, and then you're going to be out on the street crying too because there's no loyalty to you. There's no loyalty to anybody. As long as the schools are winning and they can match those teams up as much as possible and keep the money rolling in for now, everything will be great. But man, we are going down a pretty dangerous road here. All right. If you're a college football fan, I would seriously stop to think about this because what college football has going for it, as opposed to just a minor league system or the XFL or whatever, is the fact that you have all these rivalries and tradition and the zaniness and the personality of college football, right? That's what makes it such a beloved sport and a beloved entity from everybody here. And it works across the entire country because so many people have a connection to it. Man, you're going to wind up with so many disenfranchised fan bases. People will start to tune out. And then, yes, if you're seeing Alabama and LSU or Alabama and Oklahoma, those type of games every single week, eventually that will get stale. You will not be able to replicate the success of that. We're also moving down a road where Nick Saban's already bragging about the fact that his quarterback is going to make 7 figures. Now, I'm somebody that's all the way here for these athletes getting a piece of the pie. And that is something that has been way out of whack in proportion for a long time. But like, you combine that with just consolidating the power, making it like a super league, like what soccer tried to do there. And all of a sudden, you're just going to have basically a minor league system. It will literally become minor league football. How much interest is there in a Montgomery Biscuits game right now, for instance? Not much. Okay. And eventually you might get to that point with college football because of the way all of this is going. I would not like this, even if I were a Missouri or South Carolina fan. I would not like this in general because of what it means for where the sport is going and something that I do love. If you're an Alabama fan or an LSU fan, like, you're probably going to be okay as far as just having something for you to enjoy for your school. Although we know the majority of fans, certainly the ones that are going to be in the comments here, did not actually attend those institutions. But hey, all of the fans of those schools, they're going to be okay, but that doesn't mean that nationally it's going to remain relevant. Like, I think there are some real fears legitimately here for where the sport is actually going, man. I mean, I'm speaking from a place of emotion for myself right now, and certainly a lot of people are. But that doesn't mean that this is wrong. That doesn't mean that this theory isn't true. And it doesn't mean that 10 years from now, you'll be coming back around being like, man, what did we do when ESPN moves on to the next thing, whatever it's going to be? All of a sudden, they'll just be showing more 30 for 30s. Those will draw better ratings. The next thing will come up. ESPN just won't care. They won't care at all. And all of a sudden, Alabama v. LSU turns into the Montgomery Biscuits against the Wichita Wind Surge. So, hey, don't say we didn't warn you.